Yeah, I think it was a very positive performance. I think we started the game really, really well, strong, taking obviously that early lead and then another goal. I think make a mistake that maybe that 2-1 put them back into the game. Do you want me to grab this? Okay, sorry. Obviously they came back into the game and I think from that moment we needed to be calm and relax. And I think the second half was excellent. I think we should have scored a few goals. We have plenty of chances, but obviously it's we played less than 72 hours ago, and the team was tired. There was 9 changes in the lineup. There was 4 rookies playing in an international competition against a great team like Monterrey, and I think the team was superb. We were able to get the win, and like Kaya getting another goal, Bruna. I think Kayla Duran today on her first start was fantastic. It was finally the debut of the last player in the roster that hasn't made it is Shelby, and super happy. I think this is going to take all of us to make sure that we can be successful at the end of the year. Today was a fantastic proof of that. I think every player that went on the pitch gave 200%. Team performed, the team won, and very, very happy.
All right, for questions, if you'd like to raise your hand, Cole can come around.
Thank you. Hi, Pardeep Katri, CBS Sports. You were talking about the differences between the first half and the second half. Can you get into the details of why you think the first half went the way it did and what adjustments you felt that the team needed to make the second half for it to be as positive as you thought it was?
Yeah, I think the first half, obviously, we were effective. We scored 2 goals, and I think they couldn't really escape our pressure, and it was more of a game where we were regaining very high and finishing the attacks from those situations or getting set pieces. So I think we needed to adjust a little bit of our positioning on the ball to make sure that we had a better structure on the pitch in the second half, because we were controlling the game but playing along the opposite half without the ball, like just regaining, while the second half I feel like we actually controlled the game a little bit more from our half going into the half with the ball, and I think we had some very good spells, and it was very important to get control of the game, because if it was, it's obviously we played not long ago, lots of changes, it can become very transitional, weather it was obviously a bit tough, it was raining and it was windy, and obviously there were 2-1, so they were coming from behind, so we needed to make sure that we control the game in that aspect, and we definitely did that. I think probably the thing to improve, I think we had probably 4 very clear chances around the penalty spot with the ball under control. We need to score one of them so we don't suffer at the end. No?
And you were just talking about the weather. I wanted to ask, did the conditions play a part in any of it? And what was it like playing at the stadium for the first time?
I thought it was really good. I think the pitch, obviously, I'm not saying I didn't want to talk too much about it, but the Red Bull, the Sports Illustrated Stadium is traditionally been the best pitch in the league, and the last couple of games is definitely been far away from that. So this pitch here is outstanding. I think again playing here in front of our fans, and we are conscious that a lot of people that maybe normally is a bit far from there to get from New York to where we play in New Jersey. I thought it was great. The people here was fantastic. So happy to play in Manhattan.
Any other questions for Juan? Oh, over here, Peter.
Just the importance of getting off to a good start in this tournament. What did you think about that?
Yeah, I think it's massive. It's obviously a very special tournament for us as champions and champions of the continent, and I know the reward that it has, and we want to retain that trophy. I think in this group, obviously, there is probably a couple of or 3 teams that may be a bit more favorites. It's us, Monterrey, and Washington, and I think for us to win one of these games was really important. I think last year we draw both of those games against the Mexican teams, and then that became really tough because then we had to almost go down to goal difference, and it was a bit difficult. But in the end, I think getting a win today was super important. We're going to play a super congested schedule. I think also for the morale of the group, it was key that we got those 3 points tonight.
And was Rose going to be unavailable tonight just because of a quick turnaround, or?
Yeah, we had some players that we decided to leave out of the roster, so they were, training back home or back in Jersey. Like we tried to rotate minutes. We obviously a bit unfortunate. Is 3 games, not even in a week, in 6 days. So today there were some players in the roster that the plan was that they weren't playing anyway because it's too much, honestly. So I think the ones that did a fantastic job, obviously. We tried to minimize, and I think the 4 players that started the other day that played today, they all only did 45 minutes, which is a bit more doable. We're trying to protect the players, keep their health and safety, but at the same time be competitive, and it was a difficult puzzle, but that's why we work so hard with everyone in the roster, and honestly, they are ready. I think today we had some fantastic performances from Sophia Cook is a rookie, and I think everyone finally have seen, I've been saying for a while how exciting she is. I think probably you saw some glimpses tonight of her ability and probably some wow moments, some details that are very special. Josie, obviously international player, but comes from college, and she was really, really good. Kaya, another goal, and I think the performance of Kayla Duran, was probably outstanding. If you look at her playing as a center back, it looks like she's been playing professional for I would say for 5 years instead of 5 minutes, but she's been fantastic as well.
I think that'll do it for the room. Thank you, Juan.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. I'm glad at least we didn't have a weather delay today, because that would have been more challenging for everyone. Thank you, guys. Okay. See you Saturday.